Hi, I'm Katie, your safety trainer, and in today's video, we're going to talk about heat illness and what supervisors need to know to help keep their team safe. When temperatures start to rise, whether you're working indoors or outdoors, people can start feeling the effects of the heat. At first, it might just seem like a bit of discomfort, but if those symptoms are ignored, they can quickly turn into something serious or even life-threatening. Train, track, remind. Train, track, and remind.
Train, track, and remind.
Safety training doesn't have to be expensive or a pain. With GotSafety Lite, you get unlimited access to over 2,000 safety videos in English and Spanish for just $10 a month. That's it. No fine print, just solid, straightforward training. Need a little more? Step up to our full GotSafety app. It's a powerful learning management system that lets you train, track, and remind automatically. Not to mention, it's simple to use. Already dropped serious cash on your own LMS? We won't make you start over. Just plug in our content and keep rolling. And if there's a video you need that we don't have, we'll make it for you for free. Yep, that's how sure we are you're gonna love GotSafety. 3 ways to train, 1 place to do it all. GotSafety. Train, track, and remind. As a supervisor, you play a big role in preventing that from happening. You're responsible for helping your employees stay safe and healthy when temperatures climb. In this lesson, we'll go over when certain temperature rules or triggers take effect for both indoor and outdoor work, and we'll talk about what's required for temperature monitoring, providing shade or cool down areas, making sure water is available, helping employees acclimate to the heat, and following proper high heat procedures. It's also important to know that not every state handles heat illness the same way. Right now, only a few state OSHA programs, like California, Oregon, Washington, Nevada, and Maryland, have specific regulations that address heat-related illnesses. In other states, these requirements may be covered through local or state laws, so it's important to understand what applies to your location. When we talk about elevated temperatures, most states start paying attention once the temperature hits around 80 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the point when conditions begin to put extra strain on the body. Once the heat climbs into the upper 80s and 90s, usually between 87 and 95 degrees, that's when it's considered high heat and the risks become much greater. In states that have specific heat illness rules in place, the temperature triggers can vary a bit. For example, in California, outdoor work is considered elevated at 80 degrees, while indoor work reaches that point at 82 degrees. High heat kicks in at 95 degrees outdoors and 87 degrees indoors. Oregon considers both indoor and outdoor work elevated at 80 degrees and high heat at 90. Washington sets its trigger at 80 degrees when normal clothing is worn outdoors, but if workers are in non-breathable or vapor barrier clothing, like chemical-resistant suits, that threshold drops all the way down to 52 degrees. High heat in Washington starts at 90. Nevada uses 90 degrees for both indoor and outdoor environments. And Maryland considers 80 degrees as elevated and 90 as high heat for both settings. As a supervisor, it's your responsibility to know when these thresholds apply. Take the time to read through your company's heat illness prevention program and become familiar with your internal policies and procedures before temperatures start to rise. That way, you're prepared to protect your team when the heat hits. When temperatures start to climb, it's important to keep an eye on the heat so you can make sure all the right precautions are in place. As a supervisor, you should monitor the temperature or the heat index based on your company's policies and procedures. Depending on where you're located, this can be done in a few different ways. Some companies take direct measurements of the air temperature and humidity using tools like dry bulb thermometers or wet bulb glow thermometers, often called WBGTs. Just remember that these thermometers shouldn't be shielded from radiant heat. They need to measure what workers are actually exposed to. For outdoor work, you can also rely on local weather information from the National Weather Service or another recognized source to get accurate temperature readings. Another helpful tool is the NIOSH Heat Safety mobile app, created by the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health. This app provides real-time outdoor heat conditions along with safety guidance to help you protect workers during hot weather. Whatever method your company uses, it's important to keep a record of your temperature monitoring results in line with your company's policies and procedures. That documentation helps ensure accountability and shows that the right steps are being taken to keep everyone safe in the heat. When temperatures reach the threshold levels, supervisors need to make sure that shade or cool down areas are available. For outdoor work, shade should be provided, and for indoor work, there should be a cool down area where employees can recover from the heat, all in line with your company's policies and procedures. In California, there's an added rule. Shade has to be available even if temperatures haven't reached the elevated level, or it must be provided whenever an employee asks for it. When it comes to outdoor shade, it should be as close to the work area as possible so employees don't have to walk far to reach it. The area should be large enough for everyone on break to sit comfortably without crowding together, and it needs to be open to the air with good ventilation or cooling, like fans or misters. If trees or plants are used for shade, make sure they actually create enough shadow to protect people from the sun. Indoor cool-down areas should also be conveniently located near the work area. These spaces need to stay below the temperature triggers that define elevated indoor heat, and they should be large enough for everyone taking a break to sit comfortably without being shoulder to shoulder. Encourage your employees to take advantage of these shaded or cooled spaces whenever they start feeling overheated. And if anyone shows signs or symptoms of heat illness, make sure they're monitored according to your company's procedures, and don't hesitate to call emergency services if needed. Along with providing shade or cool-down areas, supervisors must also make sure that plenty of water is available for all employees. Water should always be provided at no cost and kept cool enough to be refreshing. For example, Oregon defines cool water as being between 66 and 77 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a good guideline to follow. The water needs to come from a safe, potable source and should be placed as close to the work area as possible so employees can easily access it throughout the day. Each person should have enough water available to drink about a quart, roughly 32 ounces per hour for the entire shift. That equals about 2 gallons for one employee during an 8-hour day. It's fine to start with a smaller amount of water at the beginning of a shift as long as there's a reliable plan to refill it frequently. Encourage your team to drink water regularly, not just when they feel thirsty. Staying hydrated is one of the best ways to prevent heat-related illnesses. So remind employees to take small, steady sips throughout the day in line with your company's policies and procedures. When an employee is new to the job, newly assigned to an area with higher temperatures, or returning after some time away, it's important to help them adjust gradually to working in the heat. This process is called acclimatization, and it should be done according to your company's policies and procedures. Acclimatization usually means increasing the amount of time or intensity of work in the heat little by little over a set period, often between 7 and 14 days, depending on whether the employee is brand new or just returning after a short break. During this time, it's crucial to keep an eye on how they're doing and watch for any signs or symptoms of heat-related illness. This can be done in different ways, such as pairing employees up through a buddy system, using phones or radios to check in, or using other reliable ways to make sure everyone is being observed. Supervisors should also make sure that each employee's acclimatization is properly documented according to company policy. That record shows that your team is following the right steps to keep workers safe as they adjust to the heat. When temperatures hit those high heat levels or during a heat wave, it's time to put your company's high heat procedures into action. These steps are designed to keep everyone safe when the weather pushes the limits. Start by holding a quick tailgate or safety meeting to remind your crew about the dangers of working in extreme heat. Go over the signs and symptoms of heat-related illnesses so everyone knows what to look out for in themselves and their coworkers. Throughout the day, make sure you're actively watching for anyone who may be showing symptoms. If an employee begins to look overheated or unwell, move them to a shaded or cool-down area right away. Offer water if they're not showing signs of heat stroke, and call emergency services if needed. Keep checking the temperature, both indoors and outdoors, according to your company's policies so you know when conditions change. Remind employees to take breaks in shaded or cooled areas and to keep drinking fluids regularly to stay hydrated. In some cases, your company may have specific work and rest schedules for high heat situations, so make sure those are being followed too. These simple steps can make a big difference in preventing heat-related illnesses when the temperature rises. To wrap things up, anytime employees work in areas, indoors or outdoors, where the temperature reaches or goes above 80 degrees Fahrenheit, there's a real risk of heat-related illness. When those illnesses aren't recognized or treated quickly, they can become serious and even life-threatening. As a supervisor, you play a key role in preventing that from happening. Your responsibilities include keeping an eye on the temperature, making sure shade or cool-down areas are available, providing plenty of water, helping new or returning employees get used to the heat, and taking extra precautions whenever high heat conditions occur. By staying alert and proactive, you help create a safer environment for everyone. That's all for today's lesson. If you like this video, look for us on social media. And remember, stay safe out there.